Alright, welcome back. We got some professional StarCraft 2. It's the Team Liquid map contest where we choose potentially from a series of new maps to decide what's going to make it to the ladder and what will stay in the darkness or whatever happens to maps that nobody plays. And I'm sure there are several map makers that could go on for a very long time about that. But anyways, in the top left, it's from Team Liquid. The little one. Though I don't know if I remember the last time someone has said that. The German Zerg player, around since the very beginning of StarCraft 2. I remember seeing him in 2010. And still kicking. Dr. Dario. In the bottom right, the upstart young Zerg from Italy. Just recently coming of age, 16. Now, you might be like, well, of course, kids play games, they're pretty good. There's actually an age cutoff on WCS. You cannot compete unless you're over the age of 16 because of many reasons that I don't either know or want to get into now. Which means that Maru, when he first qualified for WCS, by the way, at 13, or GSL at 13, could not have competed in the WCS system. So, anyways, moving on. We're on Reminiscence, which the author of this map escapes me now, but it's a relatively small. Not that many bases at all. One of the fewest bases. I mean, just look at the minimap, and you can tell. Say Lost and Found has 18, 20 bases or something along those lines. This has half as much. It's wide open on the field, and it is Zerg versus Zerg. So that can really end up being. There's very little defender's advantage in a ZVZ in general. And on a wide open short rush distance map like this. Honestly, on these type of maps, sometimes the best defense is a good offense, because if you're not able to match their unit count, you can't deal with it. But, with that in mind, neither player showing any early pulls. I was going to see if I could go 2.5 minutes without... I was going to see if I was going to go, well, 3.5 minutes without actually talking about what's in front of us. But I'm no tastosis, so I'm not an expert. Reynor going straight for a lair. I'm not sure, like, neither player seems to have any interest in building units. We got TLO, he built an evolution chamber, right? I thought I saw it. No, he just got a third. I'm losing it. I guess that's Reynor doing it. Whereas Reynor's going straight up to a lair. And it looks like it's going to be something like a 1-1. Now, will he get both upgrades, or is this just for a wall? We'll have to see. The Overlords have been pushed away. Actually killing one. Does TLO with the Queens. 3 evolution chambers now. Yeah, Reynor taking this very seriously, as he knows a bunch of Lings can just come spiraling out of the base. It's a classic tactic. You push away the Ovies, and then from there... just send a bunch of Zerglings across. A tactic as old as Zerg versus Zerg in StarCraft 2. Honestly, probably well before StarCraft 2. Since StarCraft, this has been just making a bunch of Zerglings and attacking. Is that Evo Chamber actually a wall, though? A Transfuse is going to hold the line for now. These Queens racking up the kills. They don't do damage very quickly, but they have a lot of HP. And they're not... the Ling's not really able to get the surface area they want. Finally, the Queen goes down, but we have to ask that question. At what cost? Melee attack is on the way for Reynor. I'm curious, like... now, this way it looks like there's going to be an upgrade. And usually you're expecting roaches, or like roach speed. But in this case, Reynor has gone for the melee attack. Is that going to catch TLO off guard? I'm not... yeah, after all this early aggression, we're still... well, Reynor's spending all his drones building... he can get through there. I'm not sure if these Evo chambers are worth it. This is the most convoluted wall. It is a wall. It is a wall. But... another feature, I guess feature, of this map is a wider wall. Wider than even the usual. Making it very difficult. And that's why I was mentioning the defender's advantage is barely apparent. TLO continues to build Lings. Does he have a lair? Yes, but no lair tech. He does have a Roach Warren done. Still trying to break through the evolution chambers. Will Reynor's defense hold? +1 melee attack about to complete. Is there a transfuse there? There is one. Throws it onto the queen. Another Roachhorn. Looks like it's going to be taken down. +1 melee is done, but the Banelings are coming through. He's going straight for the Roachhorn. He'll get it before it completes. No transfuses there. The wall is holding. The Banelings making it through. A single Baneling. A mortal danger to all these Zerglings. He'll be able to take it out, but more are coming up. The queen's being assassinated. More Banelings on the way. That's going to force Reynor back. Really trying to... Oh, that Baneling very dangerous, but not able to get the damage done. The Spire will be scouted, but Reynor not losing too many. Only 4 drones. A bunch more Lings and Banes are coming across, but Reynor's Lings are more effective with that +1 melee attack. He can target down the Banes. I think he saw them start morphing, so this isn't a huge risk. He knows that they're not going to finish in time. A bit of creep spread from TLL, but that could be turned into Reynor's favor. A single Mutalisk on the way. The worker counts. TLL has a handful more drones. He has those Banelings, and without +1 Carapace, there's still a very serious threat to Reynor's Zerglings. Oh, the Lings try to slip by, but a lot of them get caught. They will get into the main. Not much damage to be done there. And Reynor does not have a Baneling nest. That's an important thing to know. No third base, no Baneling nest, just a bunch of very effective Lings, assuming they don't run into Banelings. Baneling nest is on the way. The single Mutalisk, I don't know if that's enough Lings to really make the difference there. Looking for a concave, but trapped in his own evolution chamber. I'm not entirely sure how many evolution chambers have been built or killed this game. The number is just 1. Okay, well, some of them were canceled. You don't just kill one. And the Baneling nest being targeted down. A cancel at the last, well... Yeah, okay, you did get the cancel off. Not that that's a huge deal in the scheme of things. The Mutas will be able to target down the Banes. How many Mutas? 8 Mutas. That's a serious number. 4 or 5 Mutas, a couple Queens, and you're okay. This means Spores. You need 3, 4 Queens, Spores at each base, and you can't really attack unless you're able to pull one over on your opponent. Able to sneak Zerglings by, but there's still Zerglings back at home. He's building another wall. It's continuing to hold. Alright. 5 Queens down there. The battle continues. The Spore Crawlers. There are still Mutalisks in production for Reynor, but only a single one. Is it time to transition? Tilo going for Pathogen Glands for Infestors. So that is, that's something we haven't seen for a while. In the long history of Zerg versus Zerg in StarCraft 2, Infestors have seen a lot of ups and downs. There was a time in Wings of Liberty where Infestors were the unit to get, where fungal growth did terrible, terrible damage, and really nothing else could match it. And then, as time went on, Mutalisks were found to be very effective as well, just able to avoid the Infestors, and Mutaling Bane, especially in Heart of the Swarm, became very common. And nowadays, well, none of what we're seeing on the screen right now is anything close to a standard ZVZ build. So, Tilo, lauded for his creativity. We'll see if he's, I guess, digging himself into a hole by trying to be creative here. I don't know. This is the map contest. There's a lot of money on the line, but it isn't a WCS point tournament or anything like that, so maybe trying out something new. Burrow's not done yet to be able to sneak up on those Mutas, and Fungal doesn't actually stun like it once did. If he can get the Infestors, they have Pathogen Glands. Oh, the Fungal! Catches a handful. He can start to split them, though, and if he can't chain it, last one catches only 2, and that's the problem. You're really just not able to lock down those Mutas the way you need to. Now, Hydra's on the way. Reynor sprinting into the Lurker tech, knowing that, for now, his Mutas will be able to maintain map control. Oh, no! Okay, he's fine. But not the trade he was looking for. The Mutas, when the Infestors don't have energy and there's no real other anti-air, there's no way they're coming across the map. So Reynor has enough time to get up to Lurkers, and that's the next step. Once TLO finally has the army to potentially attack, the Lurkers will be able to shred it. Whether it's Infestor, like Queen Ling. Honestly, have we seen... Does anyone have a Roach one? Well, Reynor, I think, has had 2 to 3 Roach Warrens, but not a single Roach has been built. TLO has one now. Okay. Now we're starting to get some semblance of sanity. It's going to be Roach Infestor. Is that Neural Parasite? I'm... I am at a loss for what he's planning to know. I mean, neural parasiting lurkers, I guess. I don't know. Are you gonna neural parasite a baneling? What even happens when you neural parasite a baneling? I don't know if I've ever seen that. Can the baneling then just... Does it just die, or like... Oh, is he gonna... Is he... I love it. Do it. Just one. Oh, I love it. Well, he had +1 carapace, so it would have taken 2... actually, I'm not sure if that's the case, but just being sure. But I guess neuraling... I've never seen this. It's one of those things that's like if you're doing a whole brainstorm and you're just writing it on a whiteboard as opposed to going out on the field and trying to figure it out. On paper, neural parasite against lurker, I believe it outranges lurkers. I'm not 100% though. I don't know for sure. So TLO with burrowedlings all over the place. Viper, Infestor, Ravager with Neural. So this is the alt Zerg here. Okay, you've seen roaches. You've seen Roach Ravager. You've even seen lurkers. But have you ever seen Mass Queen, Ravager, Infestor with Neural? And probably not, is the summary. Oh no. Some big main hits. But the lurkers are just coming up. Okay. Here's the moment of truth. He needs detection, though. If he doesn't have detection, this is all going to be for very little. Oh. Parasitic bombs on the mutas. Can he split them? No, he's not splitting. I don't. Okay, he's fine. The mutas barely heal through. It does 120 damage, but they heal very quick. Mutas have 120 HP. So the lurkers are moving up, and it doesn't really look like a mirror matchup anymore. I'm pretty sure neither of them oh my god! Oh, the counter lurkers! Oh, it worked perfectly! That's exactly... Now what do you do with the lurkers? Unburrow them? That's a direct and perfect counter, but Reynor coming in with the lings. He's doing some damage. Like, there's not that many drones here for TLO. What are the upgrades? +2 Zerglings, the counterattack, something that Reynor has become known for. Just ripping through the fungals, not enough. Down goes the het, but on the other side, the lurkers, there's nothing to stop them here. TLO still with a huge army supply, but breaking through lurkers is not an easy task. What is this? A blinding cloud. That's, okay, he gets the base. He gets the base. Counterattack on the other side. No lurkers here. Does he just go for the... He's not going to get that hatch. He's just going to fight the Hydras. We'll take a couple of them off. Unfortunately, TLO can't really bring his army to bear without leaving himself at risk of being counterattacked by Zerglings. So now we got adaptive talons on the way for TLO, which is lurker burrow movement. Burrow speed and just general speed. As well as an infestation pit now for Reynor. Does he just go straight up to Hive? Now make Swarm Host. Make my day. Just make Swarm Host. Makes no sense. Just surprise me. Because right now, this is already one of the weirdest ZVZs I've ever seen. That is a lot of lurkers. There are not enough infestors to neural this. A couple neurals at the right spot, though. Does neural outrange lurkers? That's really what matters here. A big ling counterattack. They got a lot of DPS. The neurals at the front, only one connects. The banelings to counter the neural parasite roll in. Kill the infestors. The ling counterattack. The roaches retreat. So did the zerglings. They decided they didn't like each other and go their mutual ways. So, both just the thinking on the fly here. Reynor like, okay, how do I deal with the neurals? Whereas TLO trying to adapt to Reynor's very fluid counterattack heavy style. Creep is extending... When creep touches, okay, whose creep is whose? Nobody knows anymore. Is there going to be a fungal? The corrosive bowels coming in. No adrenal glands yet. Hive is about to complete for Reynor. Zerglings coming in. Nope. Oh, the speed burrow. They just dive their heads into the ground. And then start throwing spines out of their back. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's very quick. Fun fact, if you play on low graphics, like very low graphics, like many pro players do, because it's cleaner. It burrows so quick, they just disappear. There's not even an animation. The lurkers are there, and then, bam, they're in the ground. It's ridiculous. Adaptive Talon's on the way for Reynor as well. Dropper Lord's coming up. Wait, okay, wait. What is he going to... Wait, not... He built 2 Dropper Lords. Yeah, the Banelings coming in the front. There are a couple lurkers here. Those are going to be incredibly effective. Yeah, just shut that down. What is he going to drop, though? He's got lurkers in Drop Lords. Is it... I mean, lurker drop is not like a crazy thing. It's just we haven't really seen much of it, especially in ZVZ lately. I don't know why I'm thinking like, lurker drop. No one's ever done this before, but... Oh, can he pull him? Is there any anti-air, though? What if he pulls the Dropper Lords? They're gonna go to the high ground. Oh, how do you even engage that? With the Vipers, you just pull all the lurkers out of it. Like, yeah, like that. That's how you do that. But the counter knurls! Where is the detection there? He tries to get rid... Well, just... I don't know what's happening anymore. The lurkers killing the friendlies. Whose side are you on? TLL is breaking through, but okay, there is still detection. TLL he's consuming his hatch as it's dying to Hydras. I don't know if that's really a game-winning play. Oh, the lurkers burrow though. Some big swipes coming through. Reynor down by 80 supply now. 70 supply. No! Stop! Stop! It's very hard to gauge, but a counterattack. He does have adrenal glands. There are no lurkers at home. Where does he even go? He's dragging the army all the way back, giving him time to rebuild the lurker count. The infestors are gone. He's lost all the infestors. So that neural parasite play is no longer an option. Out of the army comes back. Reynor on the right, Reynor on the left, going straight for the hive. The drones are going to be vulnerable as well. That didn't go as well. The Lings giving them the run around. How many will make it out? It looks like a couple Hydras in a dicey scenario there. But Reynor bought himself time, and that's something. Is it enough? What are the upgrades here? TLO's only on +1 melee, +1 ranged, and +2 carapace, whereas Reynor's on +2 melee and +1 carapace with no ranged attack upgrades for these lurkers, but they do so much damage on their own. Okay, everybody dunks their head into the ground. Is there enough detection? A blinding cloud could potentially make the difference. I don't know if Reynor has enough lurkers where he needs them right now. Only Reynor has Vipers. The standoff continues. A couple of ducks on these lurkers could be big, but I think he's trying to save up. He has 2 blinding clouds banked. He's just going to pull the lurkers in. And they actually run away so fast they escape. That's ridiculous. He's consuming his own hatch. Is the detection there? Tilo is closing in, maxed out. Reynor back down to 3 bases. The Ling's trying to jump on top. Not going to find it. A huge group of Lings. This has to do a lot of damage. I mean, Tilo's coming back to defend. A handful of Roach Hydra on the left. Reynor doesn't even have enough mineral patches to make it worth it. Oh, oh, that's a queen. Reynor's trying his best. Like, he's looking for an opportunity, but the Roach Hydra's coming around. I mean, at some point, the momentum is just too heavily... Tilo has a bank. I mean, the lurkers are going to be here. If he kills 1 lurker, I'd say this is already worth it. Oh, the spines do so much damage. The Ling's on the other side. He tries to go for the lurkers. Not going to happen. 1 Hydra going to work. Oh, he slices through everything. There's still Lings. The Lings keep dragging him back. There's a lot of lurkers for Reynor. He's got 12 lurkers. So, Tilo, I mean, he has 50 more army displays. He's just jumping. He just dunks his face down. Oh, some blinding clouds, potentially. He's going to go straight for the base. A beautiful blinding cloud on the hold position. Roach Hydra. Reynor's holding. He's got 53 drones. If he can mine from this base... Oh, but this 1 lurker. The Vipers have to be worth everything. The Vipers are so important here. But the Zerglings with the back! He's not going to be enough. The Queen unburrows out of nowhere. Tilo will get dragged back once again. I mean... Alright, I mean, Tilo has been winning this game for most of it. Right? Tilo needs Vipers, I think. A couple good blinding clouds and he can just end it. Right? Zerglings again. No upgrades. Reynor barely has any income. Tilo's still maxed out. For, like, this, the game essentially should be in Tilo's hands, but Reynor trying to be so cautious. There's a roach drop into the main. A handful of lurkers will have to come back. Tilo making the moves he needs to make in order to split Reynor up. Where did the lurker go over here? The cracklings are ripping through it, but an attack on the left side. This base is gone along with all the drones. It looks like he'll get this hatch, but that's a bit of a consolation prize. Ooh, Ravagers. Trying to hit some of the lurkers, doing some damage, not finishing him off. But Reynor, he keeps consuming his hatches. I mean, it's been a whole lot of not dying here. You can tell, like, when he's cornered, when he's up against a wall, that's when he's most dangerous. With the Zerglings going every which way. If Tilo makes a mistake and loses all his drones, and then he just simply can't, he can't attack into those lurkers. Another counterattack coming in, and this one has a lot of potential. Oh, it wasn't that many lanes. Okay. I thought it was scary. It's not that scary. He's gonna get the clear. Oh, he's going for the wait, is that a lair? Oh, he lost the hive before. The reason Tilo has not been making Vipers is because he lost the hive a while ago. I just now realized that. A few of you realize that, and are gonna make me feel dumb, but because of the counterattack. Which is why he's not building Vipers. There's just not enough energy on these Vipers to deal with all this. What are you gonna do? There are a couple lurkers in the main. There's no detection here. Well, that. And then the Hydras just... they just run through. He's more being alert. What is happening? I don't know. What is going on there? Tilo... No, Reynor! Okay. Like, at this point, he can just dive on the hatch. That's his only income. Do we have blinding clouds on the right? He's trying to get through the lurkers. He tries to pull the lurkers through, but the army is crumbling. Tilo takes it in a very creative fashion. I'm trying to think. Well, I don't know what to take away from that game besides entertainment value, because there was a lot going on, and I'm not sure how much they were reacting to one another or had a plan, or we're just freestyling it. But yeah, the Neural Parasite versus Lurkers. Reynor so heavily dependent on Lings, despite his position with less bases. I don't know. But it was entertaining.